Welcome to another edition of the Suitcase Sessions podcast. I'm your host, Bob Bowman. I'm sitting here in a horse trailer in Custer, Michigan at the US 10 Cigar Box Guitar Festival hosted by Dean Dostal here at the VFW. But I'm sitting with Jack Bensema. Jack hails from the greater Chicago area and operates under Scrap Grinder Guitars. Jack, thanks for joining me.
Thank you
for
having me.
Jack, I've been talking to you probably now for the better part of a year to try to link up.
Yes.
And, you know, we've both been busy with work and kids, grandkids and whatever, but we're finally here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with a festival going on outside. Though we're in an enclosed setting, we'll get some background music, so that's good.
Sure.
So, Jack, what I wanted to do, and what I like to do generally, is find out a little bit about you from your perspective. So, why don't you tell our listeners and viewers, because I'm going to put this on YouTube as well, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Oh gosh, where do I start? I've been messing around with guitars for the better part of the past 30 years, I guess. Never really taught myself, or was taught anything, just learned on my own there. I just found this hobby and just love building. It is an addiction to it. So.
Yeah, I say that often. When you get into cigar box guitars, it does become an addiction for sure. Now, you've got probably one of the best setups I've ever seen, and it's probably the nicest setup I've seen by far. And I know a couple of folks have really good setups, right? Logan, Homegrown Guitars, he has a really good setup as well. But my point is that not only do you craft fine cigar box guitars, I've seen them, I've seen you show them, and all, but your display is, you put enough attention into your display as you do with your guitar building.
I've been doing markets since probably 2018, and I the first 2 years, it's like just trying different things, seeing what works, what doesn't, and it's like I see when people actually see the face of the cigar box, it draws them in rather than having them in the guitar rack that you see on the stage where they're all sitting sideways.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody looked at those then, but it's like you turn them where people see them, that's going to draw them in.
Well, I'm all, as a woodworker, I like the innovations too. And one of the things I actually got from you, and we talked about this in St. Louis, and I've since made several of them, is your transport system is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
We want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Because I've got a pickup truck, and it's like going to markets, it's like either drag my trailer or just take the pickup truck. So I made these pallets where I could fit 10 to 12 guitars laying down in them, lined with moving blankets so that they're not banging into each other and everything. And then you could stack them, so it's like, I could bring 35 guitars in my truck.
All upright.
Yeah, well, they're laying down, but then it's like, to get them from the truck into the building, I found these crates. I put some dividers in them. I could carry 6 guitars in a crate. And then these wagons, I could fit 3 crates in a wagon. There I go. I'm bringing 18 guitars in at once.
That was a system that fascinated me. I literally, after talking to you, I probably spent a week drawing up my own version of it, and I have a laser engraver, so I put my logo, I operate under Pappy's cigar box guitars, but I put my logo into the laser. I know you have one too, so
yeah.
But anyway, then I put that on the front and back side of it, put some handles on it. I did not put the dividers in mine, though I'm discovering why you did that. That's a much better setup, I think. I'll be retrofitting mine, but I really appreciated that.
I'm actually looking to improve on it again. It's like I'm going to pull the sides off and run the solid pine ends through the router, so I can slide a piece of plywood into them. It's because with me right now, it's just a little 5/8 inch dowel at the top dividing them. So it's like I find that the guitars are sliding at the bottom. So if I got that plywood out going all the way to the bottom, it keeps them from.
Yeah, I can see where that would be a much better system.
And then if I put a couple routes in them, I could, because like brick house to back boxes are a lot thicker. I can move them around, make them more adjustable.
I was looking online, probably Facebook. You had posted a couple of builds recently. One of them had some really nice F-holes on them. I think it was a brick house, actually, a red brick house.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I noted, I think it was Russ Wellington, who happens to actually be here today. But Russ had asked you if you had a laser.
Yeah.
That's the first time I knew you had one.
Right.
Did you get them specifically for the sound holes, or?
There was a time in my life where I was kind of not allowed to go home for a few weeks.
Yeah.
I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. I was like, yeah, let's get one to mess around with, see what I can do with it.
Yeah. There's definitely a learning curve with the laser engravers. I bought a diode, 20-watt diode laser engraver, and I bought it specifically to do sound holes. I wanted to make blues notes for sound holes.
Sure.
Way back when we did the National Blues Museum exhibit, and I put an entry in there of a it was a fat bottom guitar.
Okay.
But I put blues notes specifically on it. That one I actually hand cut, but that was what inspired me to get the laser engravers. I thought, man, this is a lot of work.
It is. Yeah.
Then I found out that it's a lot of work, learning curve, I should say, to get the laser engraver down.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to book match or mirror sound holes to be equidistant. But anyway, well, Jack, you tend to travel to a lot of festivals and to a lot of vending opportunities. I know one of the things that I think our listener would be interested in is, two things. One, how you find those locations, because they're not all cigar box guitar festivals.
Right.
And two, it's like you're developing two of your sons, your two sons, to enjoy this as much as you, actually.
Yeah.
I see them everywhere I see you.
Yeah, they love coming, hanging out with me at some of these, and gets them something to do. And hey, I'm going down to Alabama. Let's go. Let's go to this. It's like, yeah, we want to go. So
cool.
Yeah, my daughter's into it too. So
yeah.
So it's like you're coming out, hanging out with me all day today.
Right.
Tomorrow we're going to do something special with the four of us. So.
Yeah, that's what I noted down in Alabama when I saw you. Maybe a year ago. 2 years ago already. Yeah. Time flies. But you had your daughter with you then, and you were going to go hit some falls, I think.
Yeah, we went up to Ruby Falls up there in Chattanooga or something like that.
So that's good incentive to bring them along, because a lot of times if they're not on their video games.
Yeah.
So good job on you for that. All right, so how do you find these vending opportunities? Because you don't just do cigar box.
Right. I found this. Around Chicago, they've got people that do just set up different craft events, and it's like I found this woodworker that I was doing a show with, and found other shows he was doing with those with this Arts Alliance, Streets Arts Alliance. It's a group of 400 artists that he'll book a show at a local brewery, and bring in 30 artists, sometimes up to 50, sometimes there'll only be 12. But he'll bring in those artists, you can shop among the artists, enjoy one of the craft beers from the local brewery, and you're supporting small businesses all around.
Right.
Sometimes you get food trucks there too.
Yeah, awesome. I would imagine there's not a lot of other cigar box guitar builders in the Arts Alliance in general. Maybe one or two, but not a lot.
Yeah, the guy who coordinates it says he did meet another guy that does it, but I haven't seen any of the shows with him in it yet.
Do you do well at those?
Sometimes I might sell one. There's been a couple where I've sold 4 or 5.
Which is pretty good
yeah.
for a vending. I think we have all experienced, the festivals, of course, the cigar box guitar festivals. Oftentimes people are there, like I would suggest here, for a combination of the music and the opportunity to see something new, right?
Right.
So when I stated that I appreciated your setup and how much time and detail you put into it, it's based on the guitars themselves, actually. Everybody's got a tent, everybody's got an awning, all that. But you do a variety of builds. You don't just stick with one thing,
right? Which
I also think is great. What's your favorite type of build to do?
I like them all, really. I generally do 4 strings, but I do a couple 3 strings here and there. But I mean, there's acoustic ones that I really like the Brick House boxes. I just absolutely love those boxes. Not electrics, it just whatever inspires me.
Yeah. And you have some great sound holes, I think, due to the fact that you have a laser and can do some great things. Because you have so many, what's your favorite one to do? I'll tell you what one of my favorites are after you say.
Okay. Well, I've done this one where I use this a skull-shaped bottle opener that I found at Home Depot. I'll string that up and I'll do like these femur-shaped sound holes on it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else because I like the ones you do that are like an old.
The cow skulls.
The cow skulls.
Yeah.
Those are probably my favorite, just because
they are.
Fits the genre.
It does
a lot, but I thought those were great. Okay, so you hail out of Greater Chicago area. You travel with your kids as much as possible, and you get a lot of enjoyment out of the build and the festivals. I think selling anywhere from 1 or 2 to 5 or 6,
right?
In general, but what advice would you give other builders who are traveling, just based on the experience you've got?
Probably my first thing, I believe it was Gretzky said it. It's like you miss 100% of shots you don't take.
Right.
So it's like you go out to a fest. Don't be discouraged if you don't sell any. There's plenty of times, you just didn't catch that fish.
Yeah. So you're a hockey fan. I heard you say. I mean, that's the first time I've talked cigar box guitars and had Gretzky quoted for me. I love it.
Right.
What kind of musical influences do you have, Jack?
Growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like I was into the thrash and then the grunge, so it's like I tend to like to play a lot of grunge on those cigar box guitars.
Got it. So you do play.
Yeah.
Which also differentiates you, right? Some of us. I'll tell you what Russ Wellington told me one day when I first met Russ. Russ said to me as he saw me coming up, we both, had an immediate connection because we were both wearing Navy ball caps. We were both Navy in the past, and maybe we could argue we're still Navy despite how long we've been out. But he said, Bob. He said, there's 2 kind of people in this. Cigar box guitar world. He said there's nuts and bolts guys, and then there's woodworkers. He says, you're a woodworker, aren't you? and I was a woodworker. He caught it right off. But you have I bring that up only because you are a fantastic builder, and I would argue your woodworking skills are on par with any of those woodworkers. But you also play.
Yeah, I mean, I know riffs.
Okay.
Don't ask me to play a scale. I couldn't tell you one scale for one.
Okay, thank goodness. So you are fully on my side. I appreciate that. I can noodle around too, but I'm no Russ Wellington, or I think Dean Dostal's out there playing now. True musicians who dabble in the building, but aren't always as interested in the build itself, other than how it'll sound.
Right.
Dean, by the way, likes Avo boxes. You like brick house boxes. I like punch boxes. I find it fun to find out what our favorite boxes are, because we all seem to have a different favorite box. The acoustics, or the look, or the the style of the box. Some people will only build with those Camacho boxes, for instance.
Right.
Which I find interesting too. Well, okay.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah. So Dean was telling me that in his case he likes the Avo boxes. You like brick house boxes for the acoustics?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the punch boxes resonate, and in fact I don't know that I released it yet, but I got a podcast ready to go on punch boxes and the history of them for the same reason. But when you build out of the brick house, the real estate on a brick house, if you will, isn't as large as some of the other boxes.
No, it's not.
But you still like the size?
It's the depth.
It's the depth. Okay.
Yeah, I think it gives it a little more body to the tone.
Got it. That's where I was wanting to know what your connection with the brick house was.
Right.
Almost everybody I know loves the look of the brick house. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of builds. You do something really cool with yours in that you take the that outer paper wrap off often, or you'll sand through it and give that outer edge a more...
Yeah, that's on the tobacco boxes. I like to give it that relic look.
Tobacco. The relic.
That's also a good guitar for a good acoustic tone.
Okay.
Or a good box.
Yeah, the Tavex is a lot deeper than some of the brick houses.
Yeah.
Though. Okay. All right. Well, I'm grateful, Jack, that you spent some time with me today. I know I'm keeping you from your booth, and the boys are probably hoping everybody has cash and nobody needs your phone for the square charge. But before we close, if there's anything you could provide as advice, words of wisdom, or anything you would close with, what would you have our listeners know?
Just stick with it. Just don't be discouraged. Mm-hmm. It takes time to... it took me probably 20 builds to get something playable. So if you're just starting out, and 5 builds in, you're like, man, this ain't working for me. Just, keep with it.
Yeah. Well, that's great advice. And I know a lot of people who don't, unfortunately, who seem to be pretty good builders, or were, and they just got discouraged and they're not doing it anymore. But
right.
I appreciate that. I think our listeners will too. Well, thanks again for joining me. Mm-hmm. Here on this episode of the Suitcase Sessions. We had some background music, which was good, and we'll see how it goes on the final product. I'll try to edit out as much as I can for the the non-visual one, but the one on YouTube, this is what you'll probably get, is the background music, thanks to Dean Dostal. For our listeners, thanks for joining us on this edition of the Suitcase Sessions, and just remember, there are no rules, just keep playing, and we'll meet up again somewhere down the road.